Hey guys, welcome back to the Think About It podcast. I'm Nisi. I am so excited to have a safe space to speak our truth or to find it. So come on in for however long I have you here or however long I have your ear. Now let's think about it. At this point, it is what it is. It is what it is. Check 1 2, baby. Let's go. Check 1 2. 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 Queen be on the mic, huh? 3 4 5, and I'm holding it tight. You know I keep it real like I really should. So I make up my haters, my caters, my fakers, my lakers. Y'all the first things that be on my mind. So I hold y'all tight like my golds and dimes. You know I stay fresh with my clothes and rhymes, but my haters don't like cause I'm just so fine. But fuck y'all wanna work my time. I'm the queen baby, the boss lady. I just sit back, relax, and watch my haters say, hey, she ain't got no money in the bank, and she be walking around acting those things, and that she at the party looking at me. She hope that she can be saved by me. I'm looking at her like I ain't trying to save that girl. Nah, I ain't trying to save that girl. I ain't trying to save that girl. I got a handful and I ain't trying to make that girl. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Chill out. Y'all, that is literally, that was like my first ever like rap that I wrote. I don't know how I still remember that, baby. Y'all know. If y'all wasn't a real rapper, baby, if you ain't hit the check 1 2, check 1 2, yeah, check 1 2. You know what I'm saying? You had to start your stuff with a check 1 2, yeah. What you talking about? Queen be on the mic, 3 4 5, and I'm holding it tight, y'all. I was. I don't know how I still remember that song, y'all. That was literally, y'all, one of my first raps I ever wrote. I think I was like 14. I was like 14. Y'all. Hey, you guys, welcome back to another episode of the Think About It podcast with your girl Nisi. We is back with Sam. Pam, what's good in the hood? Listen. Okay, just listen. I can't wait in the name of Jesus. I cannot wait, y'all, until I can just show up on set, and everybody just handle everything else. I cannot wait for that day to come. Lord, please. Because listen, y'all, setting things up, like, I don't like it. I don't like editing. I don't like having to, make sure my light, this and that. I barely, y'all, like doing my hair. I'm one of those persons, y'all, I swear to y'all, I get bummy. Like, ain't no in between to me. It's either she don't give a damn, or it's like, that girl is, where's she from? That's class. That's a classy mommy right there. That girl is Baddiana right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no in between. I can't do the in between. So, like I said, y'all, I barely want to get ready. But I'm one of those persons, y'all, I'd be like, y'all, let me just put this on. But then when I put it on, I'm like, oh, bitch, you that girl. You was that girl. What you talking about? You must have forgot, baby. She still got it, baby. Y'all, fuck you talking about? But, I don't mind having to, like, get myself ready, of course, you know what I mean, to get on set, y'all. That I can do. You know what I'm saying? Preparing for the pod, I can do. Y'all, the in-betweens, y'all. The in-betweens, I don't like it. I don't like it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it because it got to get done. It got to get done, and who going to do it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how people be like, girl, you got to do this, you got to do that, and that. You be like, child, it got to get done. If I don't do it, who else going to do it? That's what it's getting right now. Who else gonna do it? Yeah, I low-key like, sidebar, I like not me not having what do you call it, eyeliner. Like, you know how I usually like line my eyes, like my under eyes, y'all. I don't have it on today, and I low-key kind of like it. It's giving natural, like a natural beat. I'm here for it, y'all. So like I said, y'all, earlier, can't stand it, not in the mood for it, but we just gonna do it because it got to get done. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, I think think a lot of times people don't realize, you know, and I get it, because, you know, when things are mainstream and big, nobody ever looks at, you know, Colonel before he was the before he was KFC. You know what I mean? Nobody look at the small parts of it. And that's where I'm at, y'all. I'm in the place of just starting from level 1, starting from the ground up. And, you know, I know that it's definitely going to allow me to appreciate. It's allowing me, and what it's doing is allowing me to appreciate every step of the journey, right? But I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't care how long on the journey I go. I came to realize that editing and light and like the production side of it, I'm not here for it. You know what I'm saying? Thank God that I have the basics, I guess you can say, like, you know what I'm saying? I got the basics to know what to do. Thank God for that. But I cannot wait, y'all, until I can just hand this off into somebody's hand. Hello, somebody. But like I said, you guys, welcome back to another episode of the Think About It podcast with your girl, Nisi. Your girl has been babbling for about 5 minutes now. And I did not want this to, girl, what are you saying? I did not want this to be a, what the fuck? I ain't want this to be a long one, y'all, but we gonna see how this goes. Your girl is, we're gonna give it a little break. As y'all know, I always jump into the topic, but just a quick little. Y'all, if y'all watch my stories, if you are on my Instagram, y'all already know. I'm heavy in the gym. So today, y'all, when I tell y'all, baby, whew, my legs is kicking. It's not even my legs, it's my calves, y'all. I missed like 2 weeks of my leg press, not leg day, but I typically do leg press like almost every week. I definitely try to get my leg press in at least twice, 3 times out of the week, because I'm lifting heavy on there. I think I'm at like 725 pounds. So I try my best to like make sure I'm keeping up with it, but I didn't do it for 2 weeks because I felt like I've been overtraining my legs, y'all. So yesterday, y'all, was my first day like back training legs. And when I tell y'all, baby, the calves, my legs this shit is sore. All right. If anybody is actually working out, on a journey of working out, want to work out, but have like this, you know, this lazy spirit, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got things kind of like, I don't know if I want to. Y'all get up and do it. I'm telling y'all, the results from it is going to be magnificent. And not just the results that your body shows, but, you know, how it kind of pours into, you know, every aspect of your life, your mind, you know, how you deal with others, and all that other good stuff. So y'all, let's get into the gym, okay? Get into the gym, all right? And let's go ahead, y'all, and oh, wait, before we go ahead and jump into the topic, did you guys like the TTIA weekend special on YouTube? If y'all don't know, make sure y'all go ahead and check it out on YouTube, okay? It's the TTIA with Nisi on YouTube, guys. I did a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday special. Y'all know your girl has been sitting on old videos, child, for a while. So she was like, listen, gotta get it out. It's either get it out or it's gonna stay in the phone. And it ain't gonna do no good staying in the phone. So y'all, I think I have like 2 more videos. Well, now it's gonna be 3, including this one, y'all. So we probably gonna do another, we're gonna run another TTIA week, TTAI, I keep saying IA, girl, TTAI, weekend special. We're probably gonna do that again for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But we're probably going to drop this episode for Friday, and then we're gonna do, you know, the other episodes that we were missing for Saturday and Sunday, if that makes sense. So yeah, like I said, you guys, make sure you please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you go ahead and tell your sister, cousin, brother, your best friend, your foe, honey, your manager, your pimp, your sugar daddy, I don't care. Just make sure you let them know about the Think About It podcast. This is how everybody else knows about us, okay? Y'all can't be crabbing the buckets trying to, you know, keep it to yourself. Let somebody else have it. It's enough for me to go around for everybody. Hello? Well, y'all, that sounded a little hoish, but y'all know what I meant, child. Okay? So, y'all, let's go ahead, y'all. Just jump into the topic, y'all. Y'all know, I cannot, why do I always say topic and I don't like saying topics? Girl, the conversation. But, again, we're going to base it, I guess, around a topic, if that makes sense. So, I spoke about it on my Instagram yesterday. I've been watching, you guys, Joel Tubman on YouTube. I've been watching him. He's actually one of the associate pastors with for TD Jakes. If you guys don't know, I am an member of the Porter House. So I listen to not just TD, but Sarah, of course, Joel, Torre. Like, it's a good amount of pastors that I do. I go to Wednesday service and Sunday service. If I don't catch Wednesday, I always do it. Catch them. At least try to get it for Thursday or Friday. Okay. So anyway, I said all that to say I've been personally listening to Joel for a while now, and one of his first messages that I ever listened to drew me so much to him. It was because the way he communicated it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times when it's easy, like sometimes it's easy sometimes people can't listen to Oprah, right? Because of her delivery, but you want relatability or, some type of connection that makes you want to get the message. And I think for Joel, he just makes me want. I love a great communicator. You know what I mean? I think he's such a great communicator. So he had a service with another church, and his topic was about your attitude at the next level. I think that was basically the topic. This is like my third time, y'all, watching that service. I've watched it. This is my third day, literally my third day. I'm probably gonna watch it again tomorrow. It was just so much what do you call it, gems to take away from it. And the more I get into my journey and learning and understanding it and just accepting it for what it is, I just need to get it. When I say get it, if I had to go back into something and just take and get something else out of it that I didn't get, or to go back into it, to listen to it, to understand it a little bit better, that's what I do. So I said all that to say, you guys, Joel had me in my bag, y'all. Had me all up in my bag for the last 3 days. I mean, my thinking bag, okay? And I spoke about it on my stories a little bit about serving others, and why a lot of us do not get to the level that we want to, right? So that is basically the conversation or the topic today, right? Why don't most of us reach the next level, right? And then right under that, serving others help you reach the next level, right? But basically the topic or the conversation overall is about serving others, okay? And I feel like this conversation was so important to me to have, and hopefully you guys get some gems out of it as well. Is because I feel like today, in this age that we live in, everything is like this microwavable result thing, like where people want the best, the nicest cars right out the door. You know what I'm saying? People want to own their house or want the best house right out the door, or people want to have this amount of money or this amount of credit score right out the door nowadays. You know what I mean? I feel like now people, I've met so many people throughout my years where they'll come to me and say, well, you can just do this and go right. No, take that shortcut right there. I'm telling you. And I don't know what it is. I feel like, and maybe that's also a thing which is not a good thing in a sense, where I always feel like I have to go down this path, right? This long, drawn out obstacle path to get there. But at the same point in time, I'm always skeptical of the shorter shortcuts because of the results I see from everybody, from other people as well. You know what I mean? I've seen where people, take these little routes or take these little corners, and then they're wind up right back in the spot where I am in, or, even lower. So I'm like, okay, I don't know, do I take this or do I not take that? You know what I mean? But what I came to learn was a lot of times we don't get to that level, or we take these instant gratifications or these microwavable, or we want these microwavable results, is because we have a hard time learning how to serve others. We have a hard time learning how to serve others. And I think, the word overall, that word right there within itself, we're going to put that right across the screen, serve, right? I feel like just looking at that word is something that we kind of like, I don't know about that. You got to look, eat too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like serving, you think it of, and especially, if you are, let me not say, but especially if you are, a black woman or a black man, if we're going back into slavery time and our ancestors' time, serving was a thing that was, you know, that the masters use, right? That's what we did. We served the masters, right? And I think a lot of times, even now in today's age, we look at serving in a way of serving the masters, like even using that word, right? And I said all that to say, or, you know, it reminded me of myself years. When I say, like, if you don't know, if this is your first time listening to the Think About It podcast, hey, welcome. So if this is your first time listening to me, I've been in the hospitality industry, bartending, serving for over 17 years, almost 18 years now. And I know, child, because listen, time went by. I can't believe I'm saying like 17 to 18 years, like what? But I started my life pretty young. So that's the reason why I've been in the industry for so long. But I said all that to say, I remember growing up, and especially I feel like when I actually moved here, where that was something that it wasn't a thing where people wanted to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially like as long as I've been in the industry, even here, I feel like it's always, and especially the restaurants that I work to, I feel like it's always typically me, the black, like I'm the only black girl typically that is in the position that I'm in typically. Or if it is another black person, it's like a busser or somebody like behind, like, you know, working the kitchen or something. It's rare that I see other black people, black women, you know, serve, right? But that being said, we have a lot of them. Let's be clear, we do have a lot of them. But I feel like if we are putting this in one room or one circle of, you know, the restaurant industry, just kind of putting it in its own category, I feel like we would definitely stand out like a thumb, you know what I mean, in the industry. So I said that to say, I think a lot of times, especially in our culture, it is something that we don't do. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of times people say, "Child, I would never," you know what I'm saying? Or I hear people like, you know, like, "I'll never get nobody no ketchup," or, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, like, I ain't doing that. That's beyond me. That's not what I'm giving. No. And then I think because of me hearing it so much after a while, it made me feel like, oh yeah, I don't like that. Like, wait, I hated the word serving. I hated the word serving. I also hated the word waitress, but that's why I always say, you know, I always like, anytime I introduce myself, I would never say like, you know, most service or waiters, waitress, when they greet you, they'll say, you know, I'll be your service for the night, or I'll be your waiter for the night. I always say I'll be taking care of you tonight, because I just never liked those two words, right? I think it was the word, the meaning that I allowed it, that I took from it, that made it hard for me to even want to use, or for me to even excel the way I am now today, right? And okay, that's why I say, y'all, I didn't want to make this long, but y'all bear with me, because I feel like, okay, so when I first, not really first, but I want to say, no, it definitely wasn't first, but I came to the realization of how much the word serving and, you know, that word just bothered me when I worked at one restaurant. I think I was there for like 7 years. And for years, y'all, when I tell y'all, my people loved me. Like, my guests loved me, adored me. They only want to sit with me. I would have people wait an hour and a half, 2 hours, y'all, just to sit with Nisi. So the guests loved me, but the people that I work with, I'm almost positive they hated me, right? Or they didn't fancy me that much. Because I came in with this sense of, I'm just doing my job, right? And I don't really like it, but I'm good at it, so that's why I'm going to do it, right? But I really don't want to be serving white people. I don't, like, this is what I'm thinking. Or not just white people, but people that, you know, have more than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same point in time, I knew how to finesse the system. I knew how to work the system. I knew how to act it like I really care about you guys. But in all actuality, that word of me taking care of somebody else, in my mind, I feel like I should have been sitting there and somebody should be taking care of me. right? This is how I felt back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why I shouldn't be having to do this. Like, I'm giving this, feeding this, dropping off a plate of a plate of sea bass to her. I should be eating this sea bass right now and corn risotto. Okay, I should be drinking the bottle of Camus. Okay, this should be for me. Hello, somebody. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking. You know, I should be eating the Kobe. I shouldn't be serving the Kobe, right? So of course, because I knew that I got my money from my guests, of course I knew how to, again, finesse the system or make it be my pleasant self. But the minute I get behind closed doors, the minute I get to, you know, in the back with my coworkers, then it's this like this resentment. Everybody else, they get what I want to give to my guests. Does that make sense? Right? And I would have people all the time ask me like, because for years, I want to say, y'all, when I realized, I think for me, the beauty of, I want to stay on track, but it's like my mind is going like 100 miles per hour. But I feel like the beauty of what I've learned from serving is, the beauty from, what I've learned from serving is, first of all, I learned so much. Okay, let me just say that I've learned in 18 years of doing something, and something that I feel like I've not only that I've been good at, but I feel like God has called me to. And I know people like, what? Yes, I feel like God has called me to craft and to create and to pour into myself, right? And watch how it poured into, again, every aspect of my life and how I deal with people. So like I said, when I first started serving, it was this thing where people would come to me all the time and be like, you're so good. Like I think because I was always the one black girl as the server in the restaurant, I had to find ways to make myself likable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I feel like in the service industry, and it sounds crazy, but the knife field is it's all the same. You know what I mean? I feel like it's definitely all the same. You work in the knife field, if you're a dancer, you have to build your clientele. You have to build this, you know, this portfolio for people to say, you know, I want you and only you. You know what I mean? I think for me, that's what I had to do. I had to build myself up, because I knew that it wasn't even just about, you know, me building myself up. I have a daughter at my house. I have before then I was trying to move and to find a place, right? I got put out my mama's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a whole lot going on. So for me, and especially in this, I remember this one time that I'm thinking about. Now that I'm talking about it now, you can't tell me that it was not God. The way I dealt with the situation, every single thing, I took it with grace, right? And like I said, when I got into it, I started doing certain things where, you know, I would study the menu, and I got to the point where I mastered the menu. And after, it didn't happen overnight, but I got to a point where I was able to listen to my guests without writing anything down. Now, anything over 14, y'all, I'm writing down. 14 people and 15 people and more, I'm writing down. Anything under 14, I don't write down. And I also repeat it back, right? So I'm not just acting like, oh, I got it. I'm going to show you, okay, you want a Kobe filet, loaded baked potato, no chives on there for you, a hog salad but no tomatoes on there. You want that with ranch dressing. You, sir, want a sea bass. You want that blackened for you. You want that with poblano rice. I'm going to give you the whole spill, okay? And whatever you say, I'm going to repeat that back to you. And for years, I would have people say to me, well, wow, like, how do you, Daddy, I can never do that. And these are people that, again, the restaurants that I worked in was always high end. So these are people that came in with the Teslas and the BMWs and the Corvette and, you know, the nicest cars. And they're saying to me, well, I could never do that. I'm saying to myself, well, you got a whole Tesla out there, so you clearly doing something big. So I know you can do this. You're just saying that. Like, a lot of times, y'all, when somebody would give me a compliment, I just shunned it off as, oh, whatever. It's just, that's just because I'm doing, like, I gotta do it. So it is what it is, right? Fast forward, y'all, to, like I said, my guests never felt the tension, but everybody else, you know, my coworkers, they felt this sense of this tension, because like I said, I felt like I'm not supposed to be serving, right? Long story short, y'all, God allowed it. I think this is a conversation I'm gonna have to have on a whole different, this is a whole different pod, right, or episode. But God allowed me to be in a place, and I think it was so much. I felt like at one time happening, you know, my breakup. I was in between I got suspended from this job that I was at for 6-7 years. So I didn't get fired, but I was suspended, and I've never been suspended. I've never missed days off from work. So for me, even though I felt like, yeah, my guests love me, I don't care. In my mind, y'all gonna deal with me. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking, right? I'm the asset. Hello. So God allowed me to go through this whole little breakdown of things, y'all. Long story short, I personally, I feel like it was in a place also, I was also in a place, y'all, where I was getting and building my relationship with God as well. Like just, I mean, not what my grandmother taught me or what I was raised in. I mean, it was like this introduction of adult Niecy talking to God. It was like, hi, how are you? Like, it was like, I hope I'm making sense. But I was in this place, y'all, of just so vulnerable, right? I can never say that word right. Vulnerable. I think I said it. Whatever. So I was in a place, like I said, y'all, where I was in a transition state. Definitely. And I'm talking, y'all, I'm also bringing it together at the same time. So if I cry, it is what it is. But I was at a transitioning place and state of my life where I was, I was suspended, but I also knew, and I felt in my heart that I was not supposed to go back there. I feel like I got so comfortable there, and I felt like God was pulling me out of it. So I walked out on faith and, find another job. And as I was, y'all, as this whole transition, and, within that time, I was supposed to have moved to a different city, which is where I'm at now. It was a lot going on at that time. So God allowed me, y'all, He put me in a place, y'all, where I had to make changes. And then I also had to keep my antennas up, like to where it was like when certain things, as I'm making these changes, be aware of the changes that I'm making and be aware of what it's doing in every aspect of my life, right? So I started this one job, y'all. I worked there for a year before I moved here, and everything with the job, as far as financial, it worked. It just worked. It was like, this is gonna be the easiest year of my life. I'm gonna be up out of here in a couple of months, baby. This is gonna be it, right? And it truly happened as far as financial goes. And I tell people, y'all, we're gonna have that story on a different day. But listen, it was God and God alone within that year, okay? And I think it was my heart posture as I was going through within this year. It was like everything was heightened. Every single thing was super heightened. And as it was heightened, it didn't mean that it was people. I was like, I can see. It was like I was in a glass. People can't see me, but I can see them, and I can see why they're doing certain things. I don't know. Does that make sense? Y'all remember those shows back then when something would happen, I think it happened a lot of shows. Bill Cosby, Family Matters. It was like a lot of shows, Fresh Prince, that happened, like where something happened in a person, in the main character life, and it went back down into what do you call it? Like it went back into the past of, if you didn't do this, your results wouldn't have been this. Like, you know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense, y'all. So I felt like I was like in that movie, like where I seen how certain things and why certain things was happening in my life. And then I was able to see, other people, not insecurities, but other people, not evilness, but just other people, I guess other people's attitude, right? But it wasn't on a surface thing. It was like I seen under the reason why you do the things that you do. Again, I hope that makes sense, right? And as I was in that place, again, still a server, it was now how I started to change my outlook on what God put in me. Right? I came to realize that, okay, hold on, T. You done have moments where, and when I tell y'all, in this industry, y'all, I could have been out of this industry. When I tell y'all, honey, a long time ago, sis could have been a lawyer by now, okay? But it was just something in me, and it was like, no matter what somebody came to me and told me about, it did not interest me. No, you can come and text me. I done had 6 people ask me to be a paralegal. Somebody asked me to be a paramedic. Somebody said I can be, what was it? Somebody wanted me to work over at MGM. They wanted me and my daughter to move there. They would have paid for my stay, all this stuff. And of course, MGM is also in the field of serving. And maybe, I don't know, that could have been a blessing that I missed, right? But it was one of those things where it's like, I ain't came here for that. You know what I mean? And maybe I was also stuck too. I don't know. But I said that to say I came to realize now why not me being good, why I dealt with people the way I dealt with people, right? In my mind, I always summed it up as, I need money, so hi, how are you? Yeah, sure. And then what happened was, within that year, I got to the point of realizing that the people, the way I introduce myself, right, to my guests is the person I actually want to be. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the person that walk around with a mean mug. You know what I'm saying? All my coworkers, they're uncomfortable. They don't even want to stand next to me because I'm mad as hell. I'm mad at the world. I realized I didn't want to do that. I realized that when I am my, my happy self or my best version of myself, the results I get from people, right? Not just financially, the smiles. I've had people come in, and baby, when I tell y'all, you can tell on the face, sometimes people judge you from how you look. You know what I mean? I've had my own people come in, couples, and that definitely happens a lot in the industry, sweetheart. Okay, let me tell you, if you a pretty server, a black server, you any color, but if you damn sure a black pretty server, honey, you gonna have a whole lot. Sometimes you have those couples where they feel like the man wants you, you know what I'm saying? But in all actuality, girl, I'm just here to, baby, tip me and go home, respectfully, because I ain't for all that, you know what I'm saying? But you do have people that, come in sometime and they're, they mean mugging. And for me, to get that baby, it's a feeling that I feel, right? That I know that this is God. I can't explain it. I hope I'm making sense. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I know when I started to shift that state that I'm used to, and I said to myself, God allowed me, and he put me in a place where, okay, he showed me that you can be this person, or it's a way to be this person. You know why? Because you be this person with your guests. If you're this person with your guests, why can't you be this person every single day, right? So I started to transition the way I think and the way I dealt with people outside of just my tables, right? Outside of just my tables, I started in my house, how I talked to my daughter, how I dealt with myself, how I looked at myself in the mirror, right? Started doing those little things, right? And then I got to a point of being intentional, choosing every single day. Was it normal back then for me to wake up and just be like, walk in the room just like, because that's my face. You know how they say resting bitch face? Yeah, I had, girl. And up to the day, I promise y'all, if I don't allow myself to, check myself, it would show up, right? But it's a choice that I'm making to smile, to greet, people, and asking people, how are you? How was your day? God bless you, right? I think that's intentionalism. I think a lot of times because in our mind, right, this ain't who I am, you know what I'm saying? You're not allowing yourself to see who you are. You're not pulling from higher. You're pulling from things that you can reach. Try higher and see what you can get from it, right? So like I said, I got to the point of realizing that, okay, I can change this around. So it was a clip. I don't know if I was here yet. I don't remember, but I remember a conversation about serving, and it was in church. And then I remember, and I said, oh. And the word serving was in the Bible. Now I'm like, wait a minute. Because for me, if it's in the Bible, I'm on the right track, baby. So, it spoke about how, y'all, she's still learning her verses, but it's so many scriptures about people, God serving people, Jesus serving people, people serving God, people serving Jesus, the disciples serving. It's all about, so much, you can find so many verses in the Bible about serving, right? So I said to myself, well, serving isn't a bad thing. Serving others is a part of what you're supposed to do. When you say that you believe in God, God is your, he is your salvation. This is who you believe. Then guess what? Serving is a part of it, poo. So when I said, when I made that connection, I'm like, I'm actually not doing nothing wrong. I'm actually right where I'm supposed to be, right? This is what I am not good at, but this is what God put installed in me. I have a way of I don't want to say speaking into, but I have a way of serving others I have a way of serving others, I have a way of serving others truly. How do I say this? I have a way of serving others. God allowed me to be able to serve others, to show them to change their outlook. I don't know if that makes sense. God allowed me to serve others to be able to change their outlook on people, number one, right? On my black people, number two, on women, on the service field itself, right? Because I feel like, again, I've had so many times, and it's never a bragging situation, but I love when I have my guests that come to me and say, honestly, y'all, listen, I've never had a server like you, I've never had, since COVID, I'm not used to this, or, you make me feel like you're a part of my family. Like those type of things to me, y'all, that does something to me, y'all, when I tell y'all a tip cannot do. It truly can. And I do something as well, y'all, when I go into work and, I have a mantra or my affirmations where a part of my affirmations that I ask God to ask that you allow me, God, to be a blessing or to give a lesson. And if you cannot allow me to give and if I'm not supposed to give a lesson or receive a blessing, I ask God that you allow me to receive a lesson or to receive a blessing. Either way, I ask that you use me in the rooms that I am in. So I think for me, y'all, serving to be able to honorably serve others was something that was so. It was like I got it moment. You know what I mean? It was like I got it moment. I got it. And I think a lot of times now we can go ahead and get into conversation, y'all. Almost 40 minutes later, I feel like a lot of times, a lot of us do not reach the level that we're supposed to, or even that next level, is because we do not want to serve other people. We do not want to do the things that that you feel like is beneath you. Quite frankly, if you are not at the level you're supposed to, it is not beneath you. It's right where you're supposed to be. Okay? I think a lot of times, like I said, in the world where everybody wants instant gratification, everybody wants the instant applause and all hail you, nobody never wants to be able to be the one on their knees praising somebody else. I think that's the reason why we never get to the point of reaching that level that not just you want. Because I think a lot of times we don't reach the level that you're supposed to because you're following your rules. And God doesn't say that, that he's not going to give it to you. But what happens is when you're not following him, there's going to be a whole lot of blocks and stumble. Hello? Because all God wants is for you to, he wants you to do what's in his purpose. And like I said, y'all, if y'all know, I said it from I started the podcast, the minute I feel like this is not a part of God's purpose, we can wrap this up. I do not want to be outside of God's purpose. Now I have times, y'all, because I think a lot of times because I'm such a thinker where I get into my head and I don't like those moments, but I want him to be in control. Because I've realized, y'all, when he controlled it, all right, y'all, because I don't know. What I'm not about to do, because there go Satan trying to mess with me. Y'all, my lace is coming up. And I was going to stop, y'all, I was going to stop to fix it. But I'm not going to stop to fix it because the conversation is too good, okay? So what she going to do is put this headband on. That's what she going to do. Okay, she gonna put this headband on and she gonna adjust, And that's going to be that. Because what I'm not going to allow the enemy to do is, honey, is to get up in my mind and forget and cause me forget what I got to say. Not happening, all right? So, yes, y'all see me with the headband. The headband is on y'all because the lace is lifting, okay? Honestly, the lace has been lift. I ain't never put nothing on it in the first place. So, there we go. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 minute. Oh. Okay, here we go. Are we there? Are we there? We good? All right. So, like I said, you guys, I feel like I said, a lot of times we don't get to that place in spaces because we always want to be the one on trend. We always want to be the one that's, you know, that want to be the boss. If everybody is at the top, who is going to be heading us the block to keep billing and going up? That's the problem. Everybody want to be at the top, and I think a lot of times people don't understand. Like Joelle said, was one is always one on a different level. Okay, one is always one on a different level. Okay, you got 1, right? Then you got 21. Then you got 31. Then you got 41. One is always one on a different level, right? So if you are able to be in a place of serving other people, first off, look at the rooms that you're in. I think for me, what I've learned is, as long as I've been in the industry, the type of people that I've met, you know what I mean? I've met coaches before. I met at least 3 mentors in the industry. I've met so many successful people. I met this one lady, I think she was like the 3rd or 4th person in America that had a Tesla when Tesla first came out. You know what I mean? And I think it was always, I watched the way she walked. I watched the way she greeted people. I watched the way she always seemed happy. You know what I mean? I think for me, it was, you would be surprised what you can learn when you are in the room serving other people. See, the thing is the fact that you are in the room with these people, you are already ahead of the people that's not even in the room yet. But all they doing is talking and telling you what to do and what not to do and what they ain't gonna do. But I got something that you don't have, because I walked, the millionaire told me I got it. You know what I'm saying? You're asking somebody that lived next door to you about how to get $1 million, but if she living next door to you, she clearly don't have $1 million to give. Let's talk about it, okay? I think a lot of times everybody, you know, y'all know the saying, everybody wants to live like the Jones. Sometimes we need to see how the Johnsons living first. Get to the Johnson level. Like Joel also said, he said, you know, a lot of times everybody, which is so true, everybody wants the $1 million, but it takes so much thousands to make $1 million. It takes so much pennies to make $1. It takes so much ones to make 100. So why are we always focused on the, you know what I mean? Everybody wants this, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because listen, honey, I want to get in the Chanel bag. I want to get into the Louis bag, but right now I have to be able to maintain the Coach bags, okay? I have to be able to maintain the Tory Burch bag and appreciate it, right? And not just appreciate it. I know what I have to do to get this type of thing, you know, to make sure my bills paid, my child got this, got that, so I can even have enough to spend to get this. Hello? So I can appreciate that a little bit more. So when I get to this level, I can understand the quality of it. I can understand the meaning of it, right? And not just one bag, but I can have more than one because I knew what it was when I got the first Tory. Let's talk about it, y'all. I think that's the reason why a lot of us do not reach the level that we are supposed to. And I get it, because in the day and age where, you know, social media, you know, we get on here, the only time we show ourselves is the best, you know, is at our best, is at our best self. Now everybody feel like, oh, I got to be my best self. Y'all do not fall into the trap. Please don't. Okay, with technology, everything, the technology just makes everything look better, right? But the work still has to be done. Okay, help others, hold the door. And I think a lot of times too, a lot of times we ask and we always say, oh, I want to be at this next level. I'm ready to be at this next level. But are you the person that you need to be at that next level? Because if you think that you can be that same person that you are, right, in a Chanel bag, and think you're going to have another Chanel bag, God damn it, it ain't happening. I said it. It ain't happening. It's not. Your ego is too big. You don't know how to communicate. You damn girl, you damn net, you barely know how to save. What is you talking about? Okay? You can't keep a job. You give up too easy. You're not consistent. You blame everybody. You still hold on to shit that your mama done did. You didn't even talk to your child when she get into the car. Ooh, that's tough, I know. And y'all don't come for me because I ain't saying nothing about your child. I ain't just talked about the parenting. Said what I said. It's a lot of stuff that we have to work on, right? And you already know, honey, if I'm talking about it, if anytime I get on my podcast, it's always stuff typically that I went through or I'm going through. Please don't, I ain't pointing my fingers. I'm just letting it be known, right? Just letting it be known. I think a lot of times, like I said, we are so, we so want to, we always want to do what the next person doing, that we not checking and seeing what we got in our own house. You can't do what the next person got. You know why you can't do what the next person got, sweetheart? Cause, sweetheart, they should already set up. They mama that left them with that. You don't have that same thing. And a lot of times too, we listen to, what our friends say, what our, this person then did. And now because this person then did it, now you in your head and you like, oh, now I got to get it too. No, you give that person their, oh, that's amazing. You give them that, give them that, right? Because they deserve it. But you also let them know, well, that's not where I'm at. Okay. I'm going to have to take this step by step. That's it. I'm gonna have to do this step by step. I can't move how you move, right? Because your name Ashley, my name Lisa. So we clearly not playing the same field, right? Come on now. I think that's a lot of time. That's the reason why we do not get to the next level. Nobody wants to serve nobody else. Nobody want to hold the door open for nobody else. No, everybody want to gatekeep. Everybody want to gatekeep. Oh, I ain't telling y'all because da-da-da-da-da. Y'all, do y'all realize? And I learned this a while back where I helped somebody with something, right? And when I helped them with it, when they made their they made a post to social media, they made it seem like it was things that they did, you know what I mean? Like, this is what they did. And in my head, I'm like, well, I helped you with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. How you telling somebody what you did, but I literally told you to do this, do that, do this, do that. And I realized that I held on to me wanting some type of applause, right, from me helping her. Chill the fuck out, okay? Because if you're going to help, sis, help, period. If you're going to do it or don't do it. Nobody have to say thank you. Do you want them to? Of course. Absolutely. But if you help and if it came from your heart, it is what it is, okay? So I came to the realization that you can give people, you can tell them where you went to, what time you went, your specific doctor, your specific coach, your teacher, your specific lawyer, whatever it is, whatever source of resources that they need, you can give them it. You could give it to them verbatimly. I mean, step by step. You don't know how y'all do when they back in the days when we had to trace the do like the 1, 2, and you had to connect the dots to draw the picture out. You could do the whole shit. Matter of fact, you could draw the goddamn picture. Don't even do the connect. Draw the picture for them. See, here's the difference. A lot of times, people are not willing to do the work that you're willing to do. So it don't matter what you draw out for them. You can draw it out, and their asses still ain't gonna color that shit. You gonna draw it out, and they still ain't gonna find the right colors to go with it. First off, baby, you gonna draw it out. They ain't gonna ever go to the store to get the Crayolas to color this shit. So it don't matter how much you draw it out, no matter what you give the person. A lot of times, most people is not willing to do the work that you are willing to do, right? So with that being said, even once you realize that you are in a place or a state where, everybody telling you what you can't do, everybody want the information, but they ain't doing shit with it, or they telling you, well, I don't know if you should, because everybody just, have so much negative opinions. That sounds like you need to get the fuck up out that room. You need to start serving people on the level that you need to be in. I think, again, a lot of times we don't get to that place that we're in is because we allow ourselves to pour into people on our same level. Both of y'all trying to get the business off the ground for the last fucking 10 years. She ain't making no moves. You ain't making no moves. You know what you need to do? Get off 11 and get to fucking 21. And guess what gonna happen? What a lot of times what happens is once we get to 21, because you felt like you was already on a level of 11, you feel like you're supposed to be the big shit. No, you're not the big shit. You was the big shit at 11, but now that you are at 21, you're gonna have to start at the bottom to work your way up to 21. And then when you get to 31, guess what's gonna happen? You still back to the bottom. It's always somebody richer than somebody else. It's always somebody more successful than somebody else. It's always somebody that's taller, always somebody that's bigger, somebody that's pretty. It's always somebody. But when you are able to serve other people, when you're able to help other people, that's when the beauty comes in. That's when it all comes together. That's when you get the result from it, not instant results. Y'all know y'all know instant mashed potatoes. That shit, baby. Put some hot water, put some goddamn, put that powder, instant powder mashed potato shit. Put some hot water in there, boom, we got mashed potatoes. But guess what though? That shit tastes horrible, nasty. But you get that real baked, them real Idaho baked potatoes, and you put them bad boys inside the pot, and you let that thing sit in there and get nice and soft. It's gonna take longer, I know. But baby, can't no instant make what that's gonna make. Got the game messed up. So, with that being said, yes, serve others, pour into others. Sit your ass at the bottom sometimes. It is what it is. It is what it is, but not just sit there. Don't just. A lot of times, too, people just sit there and don't get the information that they're supposed to. Don't get the information that they're supposed to. If you were in the room with people bigger than you, act accordingly. Okay? Be able to pour into other people. What can I get you? You need coffee? I'll go get it. No problem. Show up. And you will be surprised when you show up for yourself and you show up for others the way other people will show up for you. I always say, listen, as of right now, I am a 9 to 5-er. Well, y'all know I work nights, but y'all know what I mean. I'm working. I'm a working woman, right? So with that being said, I've always put myself in a position. Now, it's things, y'all, that I got to work on, like me being late. But your girl, once she's in the door, she's in the door. Hello? Once she's there, she's going to show up. I would lift 5 cases or whatever. I don't care. When it comes down to my guests, when it comes down how I look at it, I don't look at it just my table. I know that if in order for everything to work, I have to serve, not just myself. I have to make sure that I'm doing things for other people as well, because at some point, it's going to affect me and mine. So why not serve others? Why not make the freaking the hamster go all the way around without it being a stop all the time? Why? Serve, give into others, pour into others, baby, because you ain't that good as you think you is. Okay? The only person that you fooling is the people that you're around. Okay? And at the level that you are at. You still want to be at 30. You still want to be at 50. Let's talk about it. But you stuck at 11. You know why? Because you want to stay on trend. You want to act like you're doing the work. Instead of just going into the rooms, starting at the bottom, working your way to the top. Y'all know Drake's song, starting at the bottom, now we here. Starting at the bottom, now we here. And I know some of these songs are, can be just songs. But literally, started at the bottom. That's when everybody start, at the goddamn bottom. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we have those times where, you have people that come in and because of generational stuff, because the daddy laughing from them, they're not really at the bottom. But the difference is they still not having the same fight you have, baby. Talk about it. You still got to get back at the bottom. And I wanted to say this before I close out. But like I said, a lot of times we allow ourselves to stay stagnant. And I said this before, but I'll say it again. It's because we are following our purpose and not God's purpose. Joel also said something when he was like, a lot of times, they're just saying that, y'all know the saying, tell God your plans and watch him laugh, or basically watch him laugh. And he said, I don't think that's really how that works. You know, God just wants to be a part of your plans. God wants to be a part of your of His purpose, right? Is His purpose is what He wants for you and He have for your life. And when you take Him on a journey with you, the results again magnificent, right? When you allow Him to go on the journey with you, He gives you what you need because you're on a journey with Him, right? A lot of times we do not get what we want because we're not following God's purpose. It doesn't mean that God ain't gonna give it to you. It just means that stuff gonna start. It's gonna be a whole lot of. It's gonna be some bumps, some rocks, some tunnels you're gonna have to go through, right? And God gonna show you, okay, well, this you ain't want to do what I'm doing, but I'm gonna show you how you gonna get there. You gonna get there. But because you wanna do what you wanna do and how you wanna do it, this is how this is gonna happen though. This is the results from it though. Do you get what I'm saying? And in Philippians 4:19, in Philippians 4:19, he said, God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus. Okay? Keyword, God will, keyword all. Okay? First off, all your needs. He didn't say some of your needs. That ain't what that man said. He said He will meet all your needs. All right? According to the riches of His glory. You know what that means? The riches. That means He got it all, sweetheart. Okay? He ain't sat there and say, oh, well, I only could do 45. I only could do 500,000. I mean, 500,000. I don't know if I could do 5 million. That ain't what He said. He said all riches. That means He got control over all of these things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So for me, now that I know what I know, why would I do anything different? Okay? And and you can serve people, y'all, in so many ways. It's not just in the service industry. Now you're gonna leave your goddamn office job. I gotta go serve people. No, you're serving people at your office job as well. It's just how you are going about. The question, are you, because I feel like everybody know, are you really serving somebody else? And I know some people are like, oh, child, I'm working on somebody else's job, and yeah, I'm here 8 hours, so I'm damn sure serving somebody else. No, you're not. You're getting a check out of that. You're getting a check out of that. You're not serving. How are you dealing with your guests? How are you dealing with your colleagues? How are, you dealing with you even having to go to work, right? What is your attitude like? What is your heart posture like, right? When you are, when you're interacting with other people, again, okay? And I think for me, it just so happens that with this being in the industry as a server, literally, the word itself says it all. I am doing that in ways that I thought it was extremely uncomfortable, but I've learned to accept it. I have times, y'all. Well, it's a lot. I shouldn't say, but it's a lot of things that we're as far as protocol goes and corporate goes, things that we're supposed to be doing, and I just have a thing of just sometimes I'll come out of my own pocket and be like, you know what? She need this cake. This is her birthday. I'm giving it to her. You know what I mean? Like really and truly serving other people. And taking your time to pour into others as well. I think for me, I've learned that the one thing that I didn't want to do, or the one job that I did not want to do, is it's all connected to what God wants me to do. Does it make sense? So when I realized that, I'm definitely more nurturing to it. I'm more cautious with it. I'm more cautious with how I deal with my guests and how I am showing up as well too. You know what I mean? Like I said, my mantras are very important to me. It's not just like, oh, I want to make a lot of money. It's just how I want to deal with what I know that God placed in me. You know what I mean? I feel like, yes, you definitely have some service, y'all, and some bartenders, y'all, we is good. I'm just happy to be on that spectrum of the good ones, right? But we got some of us, y'all, when I tell y'all, baby, we can finesse money out your pocket that you never even known. But I think for me, I've learned how to give God His praise and not allow me to take all the praise because I feel like I'm such a good, no. God allowed me to be a great server, right? And I think for me too, another reason why I don't write down orders or, you know, my guest orders anything 14 and under, and that's something that I've, you know, again, I've learned that, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. You know, I've had my coworkers that try to do, and they're like, oh, I forgot. I don't even know. I'm on the second one. It's 6 of them. You know what I mean? So I think I've came to realize that God allowed me to be a great listener. Because in order to be a great communicator, you have to be a great listener. And I think God allowed me to be able, and he put me in a place, in a position, in a heart posture to even want to, or even have to know and to learn how to actually listen. And I think the thing is I felt like maybe because I have a query mind. I like to learn. I like to, which is crazy because child in high school, I ain't like none of this stuff. But the older I got, I like to learn. I yearn for things that just I like. I don't know. But I came to realize that maybe I'm like that. Maybe I'm like that. All of that basically tied in or allowed me to do that, to do this, right? And this is just, we still at 11. We ain't even at 21 yet. You know what I mean? But I think all of that tied in to do exactly this, to be able to take time to sit down. I think a lot of times, a lot of us are not great listeners because in order to be a great listener, sometimes you just got to take a minute, relax, you know, and sit with yourself. I think God just allowed me to sit with myself, to be able to listen to others. Sometimes, like y'all know, like I said, I'm on my 3rd time listening to this service with Joelle, because if it is, sometimes things just hit me and I'm just like, I got to, you know, I can't explain it, y'all. But what I do know, y'all, and I feel in every fiber of my being is that I am led by God, and I've came to realize that serving is one of my best. What's that word? Serving others is a part of what God, I know serving others is what God has for me. I know that serving others is what God has for me. I just had to and continue to take pride in really be serious about serving other people on this level, and really I guess hound down on, or be really, it's just in tune on how I serve other people and how I deal with other people on this level, and you know, in the rooms that I am in, on the job that I am in. So when I get into the bigger rooms, when I get into 21 on a different level, when I get into 31 on a different level, I understand, you know, I understand what 11 got me, right? I understand what I learned whilst I was at 11, so I can take it now with me at 21. And when I get to 31, I can remember what I remember. I can remember 11 and 21 that can help me through 31, if that makes sense, y'all. Goddamn hyenas. It's not really hyenas, y'all. It's a bunch of children. But yeah, I think, y'all, that summed up today's episode. I hope I was able to get it all out. I hope I was able to, you know, provide good fruit, you guys, so y'all can use that and multiply that in, you know, other areas of your life. I truly believe that, yeah. I truly believe that, you know, again, serving other people, you can serve people by holding the door open, y'all. You can serve people by just smiling, you know what I mean? Serving other people, not for your own, not for the thank you. You know, I was watching this one lady on YouTube and just happened to run across her page. She's definitely nobody I ever watched before. So this is how I feel like this is how I know that God have ways of just giving you that message, okay? And she was at Starbucks ordering herself something, but she was asked the cashier, she was like, well, can I pay for the person behind me? And she paid for it, and she just like, she drove up out of there. Once they hand her food, she just drove out of there, and she was really like not driving fast, but she wanted to get up out of Dodge because she didn't want nobody to like you know, track her down and be like, oh, thank you, because she didn't want it for a personal praise. And that was something that really touched my heart. Ooh, that was something that really touched my heart. And that's something I really want to do as well. Is, you know, that's another way that I learned that I can serve other people as well, where it's nothing to do with me. I don't want to thank you. I don't want the accolades from it. I just want to do God's work. And I know by the end of the day, once I do his work, the blessings from it, y'all can't give me nothing higher than what God can give me, respectfully. You know what I mean? So I think y'all, like I said, y'all find ways to serve others. How are you serving others, right? And don't connect it to some personal gain. Okay, do not connect it to some personal gain. I think I had times too where I had to, you know, check myself, where I felt like, you know, I gave my best service and they tipped me 20% or they tipped me 18%. Like, how dare they? You know what I mean? Then I had to, you know, realize that, see, if you did it for good, why is you worried about that? And when I do that every time, y'all, I try my best, y'all, to not live in the negative parts of it, because every time, let's say somebody tipped me below below gratuity, the gratuity percentage, somebody else come triple downs on that. Why am I worried? Like, no, I don't know. Like, y'all, serve other people. That's all I can say. Serve other people. Let people get in the front of y'all sometimes. Open the door, like I said. Help somebody out. Pay for somebody food behind them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling y'all to go broke or, you know what I'm saying, overextend yourself. But do things for other people without it being some type of personal gain, some type of instant gratification, some type of microwavable result. Do it because it is something that you and your heart want to do. Okay, y'all, I feel like this was super long, but I feel like it was also super good. I hope you guys got, like I said, some gems out of it. Y'all, this was something I really had to talk about, y'all, because again, let's just end it, because if I don't end it, y'all, I'm gonna keep talking. Okay, I love you guys. Let's go ahead and jump into what are we doing? Let's do the beat of the week. The beat of the week. What is my beat of the week, y'all? What is my beat of the week? Because I have some new jams I've been listening to. I've been listening to CeeLo. I've been listening to, of course, my dancehall music, of course, my African music. But it was something that I've been playing. Oh, child, I don't know if I should say this, because that's not going to go. That's going against everything I just sat here and I preached about. Not really it don't go against it, far from it. But I just feel like it just don't go. But it's my truth. What have I been listening to, y'all? Y'all know I listen to a lot of my music in the gym. So I've been listening to the new Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B bongos. I love the beat. If y'all know, she's an island gala. Island gala, that's, yeah. 242 in your belly. 242 to the world. 242 to the Google. Oh, don't play with me. But y'all know, like I said, anything with beat, anything with like a high beat, some, you know what I'm saying, that gets me back to feeling like she's on the beach, on Yamakra, with a Kong salad, and a click. Dirty wine and not. Girl. So, bongos, Cardi B, and Meg Thee Stallion. I almost said Nicki Minaj. Girl, y'all seen that mess that was going on with the husbands. But anyway, y'all, that's my jam. That's what I really been listening to, y'all. If y'all haven't, I love the color. I love I actually love the video. I watched the video. I feel like I love the video. The video just gave like real island, Latina, you know, reggaeton kind of like beat. You know what I'm saying? So I actually do like it. Y'all go ahead and check it out. So let's go ahead and get into the ending segment, which is the what am I thinking about and what am I done thinking about? Okay. So what am I thinking about, y'all? What am I thinking about? Honestly, y'all, I have been really and truly thinking about organization. Okay. feel like I fall under the, I hate saying that, but y'all know the girls. I feel like I'm a mix of both. That's why I blend into both worlds. Because I'm very organized. Like I need my, my perfumes in my perfume stand. You know what I'm saying? Like I need my seasonings to have like, I don't use the actual seasoning bottles. I use like the, I have like these clear seasoning bottles, right? All labeled. Like I'm that girl. I need like my my waters, like everything is like organized. My Quaker oats, my rice, my mashed potatoes, my sugar, my flour. Everything is like in like clear little cute little containers. Like I'm that girl. Okay, I love organization. I'm also very like minimalistic as well too. So I feel like everything just has to be like a certain way for me. So I feel like I've been doing good, like as far as like my house goes, as far as it being organized, but as far as like my life goes, I have just been, honey, your girl has been everywhere, truthfully. So the goal, y'all, is to organize my life. I've just been sometimes just getting up and like, okay, what I gotta do today? And I'm a person, again, I'm an organizer, so I work better in planning. I have a planner, I have my journal, I have my planner, I have my journal, I have my weekly journal as well, then I have like my overall yearly journal. So I've used it, but not the way that I typically do, where, I typically have like all my stuff on my tables in the morning time. I wake up at a certain time in the morning to make sure I get my prayer, to, meditate, to just be on track with myself. I feel like organization, for the type of person that I am, it helps me stay like in a Zen mode. It helps me to kind of like stay on track of what I'm feeling, right? And then I came to realize that on days and times when I'm not organized, I feel like so out of whack. And if it's one thing, y'all, that can go wrong that I'm not used to, that can like throw my entire like day off, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm about to work on, y'all, is organizing, y'all, not just everything. I'm gonna get back to organizing my life. And also organizing, y'all, the TTAI. I think we're about to make some changes as far as, so here's the thing, y'all. Please, y'all leave some comments, okay? Please talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Because I was thinking about doing a season, like instead of doing episodes, I've been thinking about dropping seasons. And in seasons, we have different topic for seasons, right? My thing is, I feel like y'all know your girl is a little ADHD as well. So I don't like to stay on topic. If it's something that I feel like I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. But I feel like sometimes it's harder for you guys to stay on track in a sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your girl can go from sex one week to a nigga cheating the next week, to God the other week, you know what I'm saying, to serving other people the next week, So I don't know. If you guys like the flow of it, let me know. If you guys think that there should be some changes, also let me know. But that has been something I've truly been contemplating. So yeah, y'all just let me know. And so what am I said that's what I've been thinking about. So what am I done thinking about? What am I done thinking about? I'm done thinking that I'm not enough. I know that's gonna be crazy to sound like, cause what? Yeah, you thought that you wasn't. Yeah, sometimes I do. I feel like situations that I feel like is a hold up in my life, or certain things that I feel like is a block, I feel like, in my life. And I feel like maybe that's the reason why God not gonna give it to me, or maybe I feel like I'm not worthy enough because of, I'm really about to tear up. Yeah, I feel like sometimes Jesus, I suffer probably with sometimes not feeling like I'm not good enough. Like, this is not supposed to be for me. Like, this is not what God has for me. I feel like a lot of times the situations that God gives me and he puts on my desk, it's not that I don't want to deal with it. Like, I'm not, girl, listen. If I can just go and get up and just go throughout life and just be like, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't want to always do the things I want to do or think about the things I want to think about. Like, I don't. But it's like, it's this feeling that I get, y'all, where it's like God is telling me, look, sis, you got to do that. And like I said earlier in the pod, if you know that you're not at the level that you need to be, what the thing that you're asking God for, change it. And I feel like there's things in my life that sometimes I fight, and God is like, sis, change it. So that's what I am done thinking about. I am done thinking that the podcast is not going to podcast. I am done thinking that God do not have a community for me. I'm done thinking that God will not make a way if this is what he has for me. What? I'm done thinking like that. I'm done thinking that I'm not enough. I'm done thinking that I'm limited. I am not limited. I'm not limited. I am not limited. Period. All right? I appreciate you guys so much. Your girl got teary-eyed. I felt like it was going to come, though. I felt like I was so deep into this conversation that it was going to come. The fact that it came at the end, that's even better. I love you guys so much. You all already know what to do. Don't you forget to tell a sister, cousin, brother, uncle, at least great cousin on your baby daddy side. Make sure he get the kids this weekend too, bitch. That this is the thing about a podcast with your girl Niecy. Oh, I don't like that. That this is the thing about a podcast with your girl Niecy.